Number 2 on my fantasy playlist, October 1st, 1995, up 2 from number 4. Mariah Carey's ninth number 1 hit, Fantasy. Talk about somebody on the roll. Her ninth number 1 hit in 5 years. Her first 5 singles went to number 1, starting with Vision of Love back in the summer of 1990. That was number 1 for about a month. And Fantasy from the album Daydream. There was just a time Mariah Carey was absolutely phenomenal. She had everything. You could just imagine. She had sex appeal. She had an awesome singing voice. She's going to go down as one of the greatest singers. She's up there with Whitney and Aretha. And she's had one hit record after another. She was a presence. It doesn't matter what season you're in. Winter, spring, summer, and fall, you're pretty much guaranteed a hit by Mariah Carey in the early to mid-90s. Being played on the radio, being played on VH1, being played on MTV. We are talking a classic, mass appeal artist combining elements of funk, bubblegum, dance, R&B, hip-hop. She did taper off in the late 90s, particularly after 2000. She tapered off big time after 2000, although she did have some hits towards the mid to late 2000s. But the 90s, this was her glitter. Well, let's get to this record, Fantasy, from her 5th album, Daydream. The song was co-written by a guy named Dave Hall. Dave Hall, he's written some stuff with Madonna. Off the album Bedtime Stories, he co-wrote the song Human Nature, which was put out as a single by Madonna in 1995. He co-wrote Daydream by Mariah Carey, one of the most scintillating singles that Mariah Carey ever came out with. You talk about glowing. You talk about a 60s soulful vibe. The song, Dream Lover. It reminded me a lot of the Rascals of the late 60s. Songs like Grooving, It's a Beautiful Morning, that Sunshine Pop. It was just a Dream Lover. Just remember driving in my car to work late, those beautiful fall mornings. Absolutely blue sky, the sun coming down, temperature about 40 or 50 degrees, and listening to this record. It was just a perfect vibe. And talk about for perfect vibe, this song samples Tom Tom Club. Fantasy samples Tom Tom Club's Genius of Love. It was a new wave record, pop record, a relatively minor pop hit back in the spring of 1982. Mariah Carey grew up in the 80s, and she was about 11 or 12 years old when that song came out. She really liked it. She heard the song on the radio, brought back a flood of memories. And she thought the vibe of this record, the feel of this record, Genius of Love, was a match. It was a fit for Fantasy. She came up with the sample. She came up with the chorus and the beats. She presented it to Dave Hall, and he arranged it. He arranged a beat that showcased Mariah Carey's vocals, just brought it out to the forefront while having that great dance beat, that infectious dance beat pulsating in the background. And the song is 100, for your DJs out there, 100 club DJs out there, 102 beats per minute. This song is 102 beats per minute. It was written in the key of G major and her vocal range. I mean, Mariah Carey just, I think I read she had like a 4 or 5 or 6 octave range. Well, her vocal range on this record goes from D3 or D3rd to the high of F6. Anything else I need to mention about this record? I think I covered all the basics. Gosh, you talk about somebody who could do no wrong back in the 90s. And she released this Christmas album that was phenomenal. It just exploded in 1993. A major success story back in the 90s. Mariah Carey on my fantasy playlist, October 1st, 1995, doing Sweet, Sweet Fantasy Baby, a video that she directed herself. It's at number 2.